So today we're going to put a Django app on Heroku, and Heroku is a great thing. Down here, where's Heroku? We're playing a Heroku. Heroku is this nice free service that lets us.
Can you make the screen? If you want us to look at this, how come I can't get this away?
Oh yeah, you have to get to find this bright Zoom window, the one that I'm sharing.
I'm looking at it.
Can someone help her with that?
So we're trying to follow this.
I think so.
Oh, you are looking at it. Look, it's moving. See?
Okay.
Okay. So deploying Heroku. Anything that you run on localhost, you've been running a lot of things on localhost, port this, port that, and anything that you run there, you can put on the internet. On Heroku, yeah. You can use other services too. We're just using Heroku. You can put them anywhere, and that gives you the advantage of, if let's say you're using your laptop as a server, you can turn off your laptop and your website will still be up. It's not running locally, but it's running on their servers and on the internet. So today we're going to do that with Django. So a little piece of advice before we get started. When you have your personal projects, if you plan on deploying them on the internet, especially if they're a web app, as opposed to a native app on your phone, you wanna put it on Heroku or on some other service as soon as you can, even while you're developing it from the get-go. And that way, like as you build your app, you'll put pieces of it on the internet and it'll grow with you. And all those errors that you'll come across will happen as you write them, as you make them. Whereas if you try and put it all in after you're done, you're gonna have a bunch of different errors that will just be really confusing and take much longer to solve, if at all. You don't give up.
Is it common to like make a web app like on a local server, interact, something like that, and it works, and then you deploy it and it doesn't work?
Is it common that it works in local hosts and not Heroku? Yes. Well, there are things that you have to configure, and it might be different on your machine and theirs. So in those instances, you do have to fix it. But it's not like every time you make a commit that happens. It's not that often, but it happens. Okay, so let's get started on today's thing. I don't think this has to be as big anymore. Let's see. Desktop. I'm going to make this wine project and CD into it. Uh-oh, I already have it. So does anyone know how to rename something in Unix?
Rename something? MV, yeah.
Yeah, so I have wine project already, and I want to move it to...
Yeah.
And now I don't have a wine project, I have wine project 1 in there. So I'm going to make my wine project and CD into it. Get rid of this. I'm just going to make a virtual environment, activate it after it's made. And we're going to pip install Django G2. And hopefully we don't have any errors. Wow, this is taking a while. Okay, it's still going. So let's talk about continuous integration while it's going. So continuous integration, there's different services like I know CodeShip. It's cool because you connect it to your repository, and then it'll automatically run your tests. So whenever you push something to GitHub, it can watch that repository, and it can run your tests. And this is useful because CD. Did I not? I missed a step, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you renamed it.
Oh, did I not? I didn't do this. I was waiting for the pip install. So now I have Wine API. And I'm going to do this Django command. And now I have another Wine API. So we want to clean up the structure a little bit and move the contents.
So what's the code doc-r?
That
I thought it would.
It's called -r.
I don't think it matters. I think
It doesn't
mine's
matter which
broken.
It doesn't.
You could do -r.
What was the point doing it? You know, if you didn't.
It's okay.
Well, it was the directory. Not,
Cool. One, tell me.
Nobody recognizes
Huh.
how it opens whatever directory you're in. And
I'm gonna restart code. Oh, and a new. Okay, so here I am, and I want to move the contents so that that matches this picture, which is kind of, oh, here it is. This picture. It looks like wines and wine API are lined up, and then the stuff in wines is still the same, but let's look at what we have. We have this big wine API, and we have this little wine API. And it looks like what we want to do is just have this big one gone. So I'm just going to rename the big one. And I'm going to drag the contents out. Oops. And looks like everything's still in there. Nothing's in here. I can just delete this. So now we have a little cleaner looking. I think that's, if I expand wines, that's what it looks like. Well, I have to expand wine API too. See, managed PY is still on the same level as wines. Okay. Now I'm going to create my wine model. Looks like we have a name, some other things. We have a price. Let's see. We have to connect wines to wine API in settings.py. Here. Where's databases? There it is. So what we changed was this SQLite to Postgres, and also the name to Wine API. Oh, we have to run the migrations and ensure no errors come up. Okay. Let's make sure no errors come up. How do we run? What do I say to run a migration?
Django, admin.
Wait, Bobby. Manage PY. Make migrations.
So might be Python migration.
That's what the dash in front of manages.
Oh,
Dash is like the current folder.
Oh, we said Python.
Oh, it's Python? It might be. Let's see. I'd have to look that up. Next, what do we do, Narayan?
What was that?
Oh no, there was an error.
Oh, I think it's because you're not in the virtual environment anymore, are you?
Oh no, I'm not. I restarted VS Code. Okay. So I'm gonna source. And now I'm gonna try making migrations. What do I do next, Karen? I want to migrate. What command do I say to run my migrations? Okay, so no migrations to apply.
That's so weird.
Is that what we want?
Did you create the database for Wine API?
Did I create the database? Not yet, but that's not even the error I was expecting for that.
So you want to put the name specifically. You want to manage .py, like you did before, migrate, and then Wine API, whatever the start app. Specifically.
Whatever the app was. Okay. So manage.py, migrate Wine?
Which one was it? Was it Swine API or? It's a little confusing. Which one was the start app? Wine API or Wines?
Wines, I think.
Oh, then Wines, yeah.
Okay. Oh no.
There you go. So you need to go to apps. And
Okay.
then Wines. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
Also in Wines, do you have migrations?
Uh-oh.
Do
What happened there?
the Wines folder?
I'm torturing you guys with errors.
Because you didn't make them. No.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
And I think that'll work.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, no migrations.
Not through the name. It's iffy. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you don't. It's an interesting process. Oh no, it doesn't know. Maybe the table. Did you? Maybe there's some migrations. It's supposed to be the default ones, right?
What do your models look like? Except your stuff in there.
So you don't have to have a database to do a migration?
You kind of, yeah, you do. Where that's going, migrate, right? Migrate to the user. No, he needs to make a, because he doesn't have a SQLite 3 now. He has a Postgres.
I have a Postgres.
So he needs to P SQL whatever.
A create DB.
Yeah,
But I'm surprised that it didn't run that error though. Or it should tell me which database doesn't exist. But instead it says no migrations to apply. You know what? I think it's because I already have a P-SQL database of this
Drop
because I did it before.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Drop the wine.
Did you have that wine API in the database under settings?
Oh.
Now does it do this?
Yeah.
So that's the area you guys would see.
Yeah.
And then I have to create it.
Yeah.
Okay. And now when I migrate,
Yay.
Yay! Okay. So now I have this empty database. And my migrations, yeah, no errors came up, right? And I'm going to create some dummy data to work with. I like doing it in the shell, so I'm going to add Django Extensions.
Yeah.
Forgot the comma.
And I'm going to manage.
It didn't install.
No,
Oh.
It didn't. Yeah. You did.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, no. I'm doing the document. Yeah.
There you go.
And then I'm going to,
You have it as an underscore in your install app?
yeah, you know, I have to. It's, this is
So
Python.
when you do pip install, you do a dash, and then when you
I think pip install, you can also use an underscore, actually.
Okay.
I think it recognizes it as the same thing.
I think I had that bug for like a half hour. I'm like, why isn't this working? And you just need to understand.
Yeah, if you put the dash here in the installed apps array, it will not like that.
You know, get rid of this bar. It's irritating the hell out of me. See what it's talking
So
Oh, shit, no. I would just minimize it, to be honest.
now that we have the extensions, we can use the shell plus thing that gives us this nice syntax where we can go wind.objects.all, wind.objects.create.
There you go.
I'm gonna say one with a name equals, and you'd have to go here to see what fields we have.
What are these? I don't know if they're called arguments, but things that that a certain model or certain class needs. Attributes. Like when we talk about the name,
Oh.
right? Like, what are those called? So attributes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't know if they're called attributes. They kind of look like HTML attributes, but I would call them columns.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. So I'm gonna give this one Chardonnay. What's some other wines?
Pinot.
What is it?
PINOT.
Oh.
Pinot
Oh.
Noir.
Farm?
Okay. I don't know how to spell that.
That's actually right there.
Okay. So let's see. Did we make these wines successfully? I think so.
Can you put a
Yeah.
group?
A what?
A group. Like a BRUT.
A brute?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a beer or a wine?
That would be
Yeah, but
that's a champagne.
Okay.
That's sparkling wine.
Let's take a short break until 9:30. 9:35.
Champagne caviar.